Welcome back to episode 2 of my Warhammer Rogue Trader, I guess I could call this a Let's Play. It's probably the closest, most accurate title for this. But anyway, welcome to my channel, and hopefully you enjoy.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I shall make do. Lead the way.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Ah, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Why even are you doing this?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my master sent me for. The Warrant of Trade.
No intention of helping you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
To the void with you! The blade flashes in the dim light, and the drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Get out! I am not your puppet! The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step forward towards the gates looming in the center of the chamber. In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The Sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up like two ember-like irises. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as a material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of the metal, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Voigtfir wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Let's see. I'm just curious. What the hell would happen if I try to look for a weapon? You look around and search. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is unfortunately in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty, and in perfect working condition, nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar in sight. Examine the sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different than the ones you are used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread, and it has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. Let's look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Okay. The Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear the humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaws remain closed. You're beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you would catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend that none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel? The cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. I must have lost my mind.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Oh shit. Okay, so every time I've activated this, I thought it was because I requested assistance. But it just, I guess, interprets whatever you tell it as I need assistance.
There is still another way.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
You are the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Just need to take another sip of my gamer sips. I recently bought a flavor by the name of Grandpa's Ashes. It was hilarious cracking it open and finding that it is colored exactly what you think it would be colored, but it tastes really good. Like, holy shit. Let's see. Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
So I still have to wonder. Okay. So how the hell was he supposed to take this warrant of trade? Because you look at the character, because everything is to scale in this game. That is something I remember being stated. Everything is to scale. This character is probably, I'd imagine, about like average height of like 5'7" to 5'9", around that range. Okay. And this man looks like a toy in the same room as this document. Like, each one of those letters has got to be about as big as this man's hand. Or at least bare minimum of, like, a good chunk of his hand. This emblem here, and it's not even taking the full cross, is bigger than I am. Okay. And to make things worse, you're not even able to see all of it here, because some of it is curled down here, and it looks like there's even more going down here. And from what a friend of mine was stating, there's a potential that this document spans the entire ship. Like, this thing's huge. Like, what? How the fuck are you supposed to take this? What, do you burn it? Like, I feel like that'd be the only thing to do with it, is to burn it. To remove the permissions from the person who has it, I guess. But seal the warrant chamber. Alright, that's the end of this particular episode of Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader. I'm cutting it here to make sure, to make it less wonky where your starts and finishes are. Do apologize that this one didn't have any of the combat in it, or too much main content, but anyway, subscribe, hit that bell, yada yada, the whole 9 yards, as there is a lot of content to follow of this, though I might begin streaming this in the future. I'm not entirely sure, but that'll be a separate issue. Anyway, thank you, and see you next episode.